you can only watch it for the first time once. It'll be interesting to see what we catch and what we don't.
This is our only first time.
We know that it's a serialized show.
Have you ever played the video game Mass Effect?
Okay, Tolkien, chill
Putting
out.
some little breadcrumbs.
Jean Paré Chuckle Nugget. This is where Babylon
Question.
5 is becoming Babylon 5.
We have the most incredible community out there.
Feels like we're going to continue to go down this rabbit hole.
I was right.
Just try to put the pieces together.
I was right.
I'm the king, baby.
What? Are you kidding me? Here I go back to Dune, as I often
We're
do.
officially into it, Jeff. 100% so good. It was so completely accurate.
That was great. I love that.
Definitive ranking. I can keep watching the show.
I love it so much.
The year's 2026. The name of the podcast, Babylon 5, for the second time.
Welcome to Babylon 5 for the second time. My name is Brent Allen.
And my name's Jeff Akin. Brent and I used to be Star Trek podcasters, and then we watched Babylon 5 for the first time, and everything changed. Now, we're watching this incredible series for the second time, because Babylon 5 is a series that you get to watch for the first time twice.
And while we are doing that, we are still searching for those sci-fi messages that may or may not be contained within, those things that hold up a mirror to society. Jeff, I have to ask you, my friend.
Yeah.
Is this dumb for us to do? What could a 30-year-old television show possibly have any relevance in mirroring society today?
Absolutely none. It's not possible.
How is it possible?
So out of touch.
We're also looking for things about, hope for the future, that things can get better. We certainly could use that. Or maybe just teaching us how to be better human beings to one another, which we definitely need. Now, that being said, I have a word of warning.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To issue to all within the sound of my voice. Jeff and I have been through this entire series once. That's why this is the second time.
That's how it works.
Math is a thing. What that means is this is your one and only spoiler warning for the show. Jeff and I are free to talk about anything from any point in the timeline, from anywhere in the franchise, anywhere in the canon, out of canon, in universe, out of universe. It does not matter. All is fair game for Jeff and I to talk to. You're like, it's a 30-year-old TV show. Who cares? Just say what you got to say. I'll pick up on it later. Listen, this show, not how you want to do it. And I promise you, this episode especially, not one you want to be messing around with. JMS, in his own stuff, said, hey, if you guys haven't watched, maybe don't start on this particular episode. Just a heads up. What you can do, though, is go back and check our very first watch, which is completely spoiler-free, because Jeff and I knew nothing back then. In fact, we're going to explore a little bit later on just how much nothing we knew now that we know everything. So that being said, your spoiler warning has been issued. You should leave now.
Why are you still here? Go!
But this week, we are closing out the trilogy. It is Severed Dreams. I remember, all I remember from my first time watch was perfection. Like, here it is. Finally, it's perfect. I love the Earth stuff. Like, in fact, one of the things in me in our first time watch is I multiple times made the comment, this shadow stuff is kind of I'm really more into this Earth stuff. And so I was lapping this up. I was all about it. I had a lot of questions about Delenn in this one and her role, and like how can she show up and dissolve the council? Like, that made no sense to me whatsoever. It's a thing that I'm very, very curious if I see that differently watching it here on the second time. But I don't know how else to say it, Brent. This episode to me was just about complete perfection the first time I watched it. Do you remember what you thought about it?
Yeah, Jeff, this might be my second favorite episode of the whole series.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe. See, the thing is, every time I say that, I forget about Sleeping in Light.
I still think that stands on its own.
It's its own thing. You can't put that in the ranking because it's just going to obliterate everything else. Like to me, my favorite episode of the whole series, it might be my favorite episode of television, period, is season 4, episode 6, Into the Fire, I think is the title of the episode. It's the one where we wrap up the whole thing, right? Get the hell out of our galaxy.
It's actually the series finale.
Yeah. Right. So that's just an incredible episode. Long Twilight Struggle. Everybody knows who's been around for a minute. That is top tier for me. But this one, and I love War Without End as well. I really do. Babylon Squared, all that. But this is just peak television. This is the episode that makes season three so freaking good. I personally like season 4 better, Jeff, and we discussed this. I don't remember if we talked about this on mic or off mic. I tend to like the wrap up. I tend to like the third episode of an arc more. Back to the Future 3, Return of the King. Those tend to be my favorites of the films. Return of the Jedi is my favorite of the Star Wars film. Revenge of the Sith. That other third one in the Star Wars franchise that just should not exist does not. That is the outlier. This is the third one. I think that might be like, I wonder if this isn't just so good because it's my own preference for conclusions, or it's just that good. Objectively, season 3 is probably better than season 4, but I still like it. Although I gotta say, this is where Babylon 5 not just declares, Jeff, but shouts it from the rooftops, megaphone, slams the door shut on any riding coattails of anything else. They declare their independence, both within the show and metaphorically, metaphysically, meta whatever. Babylon 5 as a show declares its independence as a standalone sci-fi series that is not to be trifled with.
Brent, it's interesting you say that.
Oh, yeah?
So I went back, I listened to our first time conversation on this one, and I actually know what you truly thought about this one the first time around.
All right, I'm ready.
I just captured a quote at the front of it. You said, and I quote, "I loved every single moment of this episode. It felt like it was 15 minutes long. Loved it. The space battles and everything looked incredible, and your only gripe was like the firefight, the PPG battles and stuff looked awful and terrible. But you were like, they looked awful and terrible because they spent all their time doing the stuff in the space battles, and so it's totally okay."
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Spoiler alert, I'm going to read JMS's words here in just a few moments.
Oh, that's exciting. I love that when
Ready?
like our stuff lines up. Okay, hit it.
Wait, where is it? Oh, I didn't copy it down. That's exactly what it was.
Really?
It was PPG effects take so long. Usually we're only doing like 1 or 2. It's not that big of a deal to do as much as we did here. If we would have spent all that time, we would still be putting them in and editing them out. So they just had to get cut. That's why, because we did everything else.
That's why you got the crown, buddy.
Jeff, air high. No, that's you and me, buddy, together. Air high five. We nailed it.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Stand by. We'll be right back. Are you ready to take your Babylon 5 for the first time experience to the next level? With our exclusive Patreon, you'll get access to all kinds of cool stuff that you can only find there. Our recording notes, unedited reaction videos, an exclusive Discord community. And you can even be listed as a producer of the show. Plus, we even offer exclusive meet and greets and hangouts. You won't find this kind of experience anywhere else. Get all these amazing benefits, plus the opportunity to interact with other fans from around the world. It's being part of a huge community where everyone shares the same appreciation for Babylon 5. Subscribe at patreon.com/Babylon5First. That's the number 5 and the word first to get access to these incredible benefits. That's patreon.com/Babylon5First. We can't wait to see you there. I thought it was awesome as well. One of my favorite things that I actually forgot about in remembering what I thought about it the first time, but we actually meet Sheridan's dad in this one. And I loved that, like, what was potentially the last thing he did in his life, he chose to call his parents. I noticed the thing about,
was like in the bathroom or doing laundry or whatever she was doing.
Yeah, she was out of town. She was grocery shopping or something.
Something, yeah.
I really appreciated how they handled the Len in this episode. She had 3 really big moments in this one. There's a one-to-one conversation that she has with somebody. She has her interaction with the Grey Council, and then she shows up in front of the big, the ships and the Earth Force moment that she interjects. And each time we saw a different face of Delenn, right? And we've talked about this before, how, you've got wise Delenn, you've got badass Delenn, you've got, partner Delenn. We see them all in this one played to perfection.
That's why Mira hasn't been in the last couple episodes. They're saving her for this one because she's doing it all.
It's the whole withhold. So when it's like she's going to be amazing, and it's going to be even more amazing because you missed her so. But just like Sheridan said last week, I wish she was here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did too, and now she is.
Right.
Speaking of her in the Grey Council, we spent a lot of time. We were very confused about the prophecy that she brings up. She uses it to break up the council, and we just kept going back like, the prophecy was this, and then it's this. How many prophecies are there? What is it? And we landed, I think, in a pretty definitive spot, and that was that the prophecy is adjusted as the plot requires. One of my favorite things when we listen to our first-time episodes are the theories that we came up with.
Okay.
I had a theory that as we came out of this whole secession from Earth and everything, the Rangers, Drawl, Epsilon 3, the Narn, Mars, Orion, Proxima 3, all of these like players that have come together in this would come together under one single united governing umbrella. I called it Babylon 5. And then I got a buzz because I'm like, actually, it's going to be basically the United Federation of Planets.
Right.
And then your theory, building on that one, was that initially Sheridan is going to become officially the governor of Babylon 5.
Okay.
And eventually become president of this whatever thing that is formed.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Nailed it.
I'll take it.
You had another theory that, man, it would.
By the way, Jeff, from this point forward, I'm going to lay this out there, and sorry if you folks get tired of it. Every time you and I hit a prediction that we nailed or something, that's that sound that we're bringing Jakar back, baby.
Awesome. It might be our best drop.
It really is. Well, I mean, never be as good as.
I knew you were going there. I don't have green loaded up, but it doesn't need to be said. It's that good. You had a theory that would have been so fascinating, I think. You thought the warrior cast, the Minbari warrior cast, was going to ally with the Shadows.
Jeff,
as Brent reviews the Babylon 5 scripts, specifically the initial 5-year pitch.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know where it is in this book. It's in there somewhere.
Near the end.
Oh, let's see here. Wasn't the Minbari warrior cast going to wind up aligning themselves with the Shadow Men?
The Shadow Men, yes.
Wasn't that a thing? I'm not wrong on that, am I?
I don't remember, to be honest. But if you want to remember, on our channel, on our YouTube, we have the whole reading of that.
That is done by an actual voiceover actor, not
human.
AI.
A professional human who does this. Yeah.
Right.
But we asked one big question about that theory, and that was, how does one ally with the Shadows? Like, we were even wondering, just all of the different races and stuff that have been going to war because they've got agreements with the Shadows. Like, how does that even happen? And my response was, Anna Sheridan. She shows up and negotiates the alliance, and if she's not around, it's Morden. But they're out there doing their work.
Jeff.
Oh, yes.
You get it, baby.
Right.
And I know, listen, as soon as you said that, everybody on our Discord in Red Sector, which for those of you who don't know, was a place where Jeff and I were not allowed into, we don't know. They all pooped their pants.
Yeah.
They spooed their pants.
There
is
you
what
go.
They did. Every single one of them. They spooed their pants.
To this day, I can't believe that like no one freaked out enough to be like, how did you know? It's the thing. Like, it was a total shock when she showed up. It was amazing. We really liked the conversation that Sheridan had with his dad. Thought his dad is absolutely, absolutely incredible. A couple notes that we had from it was like John Sheridan calls his dad and immediately becomes Johnny. Like, he's just a kid again, talking to his pops. It was so great. We couldn't believe, though, at the end, We're like, both of us were like, just say, I love you, Dad. Like, just say the thing. And he said, love you both. And then later on, there was something else that comes up in the series, and we made a quote. What is it with Sheridan men not saying the things they need to say in the right moment?
Right.
And then, of course, this is where we get the incredible line of never start a fight, but always finish it.
Yeah.
I had a real problem at the very end. So, like, mission accomplished, we've seceded, and everyone's standing there in their Earth Force uniforms with their insignias and everything. And I was like, you seceded. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But you countered, no, they should do that because they're the real Earth Force. It's the others that have no longer deserved to wear the uniform.
Yeah, agreed.
The one thing,
I still say that.
Yeah. No, I think, and you said something about that last week, and I think it's a really great perspective. They're holding the standard down.
Yeah. If I may, Jeff, because you said something and I can't let it go.
Here we go. Okay.
From page 6 of the series brief, as written by JMS in 1990-something.
Or 80-something even, maybe.
This is towards the end of season 5. At the same time, the Minbari military caste, growing ever more worried about the way this is going, stage a coup and take control of the Grey Council. They order the exile of all council members, the death of Sinclair and Delenn, and a resumption of hostilities against Earth. You're not necessarily allied with the Shadows, but they're on the enemy list. It says later, season 5 ends with an assault on and the destruction of Babylon 5 by the Minbari.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying that's close enough for government work. They might not have been actual quote-unquote allies, but they were enemy of my enemy in it over there. You know what I mean?
They were holding the dream.
Yeah.
Last thing I have from our first listen, I wasn't sure if I was going to bring in or not, just because of, at the time we record this, there's stuff around this.
Yeah.
This is an evergreen show, and I want to capture it, and it's in the first time watch anyway. But one of the things that we were hit with between Point of No Return and this episode was just what appeared to be the ease in which President Clark declared martial law. Like he was basically Michael Scott in The Office. I declare martial law.
Right.
That's not how it works, but it did. But I went in and did some research, and I was like, what does it actually take to declare martial law, at least in the United States? And it is not an easy thing to do whatsoever. It was codified in 1807. That's how early that we were looking at, like, hey, we need to have controls in place so that someone can't just declare martial law in the Insurrection Act. And my big takeaway was when you operate within the law, this is what we had talked about in the episode, when you're actually following the law, it is near impossible to declare martial law. But when you're not, you end up with a President Clark. It's a good first listen. I highly recommend. You already alluded to it and gave us a little hint of things. I can't even, sit back, buckle up. This is probably going to take some time. What did Joe Michael Straczynski have to say about this episode?
So much. So much. But Jeff, I'm going to take a play out of your book, and I'm going to save a lot of this for our actual recording.
Okay.
To get into that. But there are a few things we go. I just want to point this out. This episode won a Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation. I really meant to look up and see who they won against. I really hope it was Star Trek.
I'm 100% sure it was.
I'm positive it was.
Look when it happened.
I mean, they're going to be in the running for Best Hugo every single year. So, and well deserved.
And just
question.
Well, say just pause a minute. The answer will show up in the council chambers chat.
It will in just a second.
3, 2, 1. Come on.
They disappoint.
Having a whole other conversation over there.
JMS talking about this episode says a normal episode has about 60 to 75 shots. Like that's camera shots, right? Mm-hmm. So this one had over 100 or had right around 140.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was a big episode. Big episode. The title Severed Dreams, Jeff. Titled Severed Dreams. I don't know if you put these two things together. It is a direct reference. Direct, whatever. Reference to the idea that the EA and Babylon 5 was a dream given form.
Oh.
And they have now been severed on that dream.
Isn't that what I said in my prediction for this? They're going to sever from the dream given.
There you go.
Nope, wrong thing.
Oh, yes.
I moved my buttons around.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Speaking of Mira in this particular episode, I'm going to read directly what JMS says and then we can comment.
Okay.
So the funny thing is, as much as you, meaning the people JMS is talking to at this time, note the show corresponds to some of the things that Mira has been through in real life. Yeah. Some of it is intentional. He put it in there intentionally, knowing that if I dig into this area, it'll come out of her with the ring of truth. Some of it very unintentional. When I finished writing Severed Dreams and the actors got it, Mira's first words to me were, "So, how long did you live in Yugoslavia?"
Wow.
The parallel was not intentional this time, but it fit.
Wow. That's powerful.
So let's remember as we go through this that particularly her scenes, this is coming from a deep place, deep place within. This episode was up against the movie Star Trek First Contact, was up against the Deep Space Nine episode Trials and Tribulations, which was a phenomenal episode. And as much as I love that episode, this one beats it. Independence Day is a film, and Mars Attacks?
Dude, Mars Attacks is brilliant.
Not quite in the same category, though.
Oh, no. You should go watch it again. The commentary that it lays down is... It's an indicting film.
All right. You know, last week you and I talked a little bit about what's going on with Papa Franklin.
Yeah.
Right? Where's
who
he?
I called General Clark in my conversation, but
you did. I noted it, and then I knew what you were talking about, and I was going to say something, but then we got off. And
Nia said it in the council chambers chat. She had my back, but it was too far past to go back. So now a week later, I'm bringing it up.
Correcting yourself. You've issued the retraction.
There it is.
Go delete your comments, folks. If you left a comment, go delete it now.
Yep. Retract.
JMS says this: I'm looking to find a way to bring Franklin's father back into the storyline now to help resolve this.
Oh, wow.
Note, no suggestions, please. Bad stuff. He says, I think he would tend to fall on the other side, and it'd be good to show that some people may think that, yes, there is a problem, but you solve that problem from within, not by breaking away. Could make for some nice drama, which I think is basically what we've all been. Like, I think Franklin's dad would be on the other side.
Yeah, following orders,
and we solve this from within, not from without. So I do that. Now, one more thing. This is the episode where General Haig meets his demise.
Yeah.
Off screen. And we know the story by now, right,
yep.
Jeff?
We've told it.
We know that Robert Foxworth was going to come back, but then he got the job over on Deep Space Nine. It was the two-parter over there. He had some more money, and they just chose to go over there, which you can understand why.
Makes sense.
I don't know where we heard it. I would like to now read it right out of the lips of, the fingers of JMS's keyboard. Regarding Foxworth and Haig, JMS says he created him way back in that episode a long time ago, specifically to put him in this episode.
Oh.
Put him back there just so we could have him here.
Chekhov's general.
He was booked for a long time to do this episode, but according to his agent, they had mistakenly double booked with Deep Space Nine. There's no word on when the other booking actually came in. However, even though he had been booked first, they did decide to go with Deep Space Nine since it was more money and it was a two-parter. JMS does go on to acknowledge, I'll admit, that it is really hard to hold an actor hostage to just a couple of episodes per year. SAG doesn't really allow for it, and even if you were to try to do it, you're just going to have an unhappy actor hanging around your set. So you just don't do that, just to keep him on the line as far as that kind of stuff goes. So everything else I have, Jeff, is going to be contained to the episode. So let's get there.
Into the breach we go. We're going to pull the episode up right now. This is what happens from this point. We pull it up, we watch it. If you are joining us on YouTube, you're going to see the cut up, edited reaction style video. If you want to see the unedited thing with us staring at the screen for a long time because we're going to be transfixed by the just incredibleness on the screen, you can get that at our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/badnerds.
And if you're listening to us on an audio podcasting app, you are going to hear audio of the YouTube video and us talking because that's where the good stuff happens. And we don't want you guys left out. Don't worry, we're still going to be on the other side. We'll still have all our post-episode discussions, the messages, our rankings, all that sort of fun stuff as we really pick apart this episode for the first time, for the second time. So, Jeff, with that, let's go watch an episode.
Let's do it.
Accessing file.
Ever since the Earthers put nouns on their security tools, everything here has gone to hell. They're not very efficient.
Turn around.
You have to keep an eye on them at
He's
all
right behind
times.
me, isn't he?
Identicard, please.
Is this Talon?
No.
How strange. I am not getting a confirmation on your identity.
Narn number 3.
Please, you know who
I would love
am.
for his little light to
Yes,
light
I
up
know
green
who you are,
when he sticks that
Ambassador,
in.
but the computer, you see, does not, and verification is required prior to entry. Perhaps I have entered the data incorrectly. We are, after all, very inefficient. Yes, one must keep an eye on us.
Good for him.
Now you listen to me.
In a moment. Meanwhile, we have many others coming through. Please step aside. This shouldn't take more than, 2 or 3 standard hours.
At least they're standard hours.
Madness. Total and complete madness. Never would have happened if the humans hadn't started fighting with one another.
Kind of your fault, dude. Did you know that they did all these things on Amiga computers?
One more of those, we're
A
gonna
whole
lose
bank of
location
them.
and go Z-grab it. We can't outrun them in normal space. If you won't jump, then you've got to let me open fire with the aft batteries.
I don't want to kill any more of our own ships.
We have no choice. Forward interceptors on the Clarkstown are down. We can punch through the hull.
Tell the aft batteries to open fire.
It was like 2 weeks ago, Messages from Earth, I think you talked about, JMS talked about how in order for Earth Force to fire on Earth Force, there has to be no other option whatsoever. And I think we just saw that play out right on Bruce McGill's face. Just like, oh, God, yep.
Yep.
Clarkstown destroyed, Major. Reloading fighters as fast as we can.
As soon as they're aboard, make the jump to hyperspace.
I love that dejection in his voice.
Did you ever meet the captain of the Clarkstown?
No, sir.
He and the general were at the academy together. He has a wife back home, 3 small children, an Abyssinian cat named Max. That's what makes this war different from anything we've ever gone through before. This time, we know everyone we kill.
We talk extensively on this show about when you know a person, it's difficult to hate a person. It's easy to hate them, right? And what I love about, I forget his name, Major Bruce McGill. We'll get his name here in a minute. But what I love is he hasn't lost that sight. It's still the person, right? He hates the thing that is happening, but still mourns the person. I'm kind of struck by the opening thing with Londo and the Narn. I don't know how to feel about it, but I feel like, they took disgusting, gross, abject racism and made it a joke. But I feel like it might be okay because, like, the butt of the joke was the racist.
So it's okay because humor is a gateway to allowing ourselves to hear a message and receive it.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
so much stand
That's
up.
actually what makes it okay, is because it's couched as humor, we can now actually have a conversation about it. And we can hear it and we can see it and all of that. So while I understand what you're saying as far as like the reality of it is really gross and is just it's objectively awful. It's the same thing we do in stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
We're going to bring stuff up. We're going to couch it as a joke, but it's there as truth as well, and the ones, the jokes that people get most pissed at are the ones that are true and hit that, Otherwise, it's just not funny and nobody cares.
No, yeah.
Bad news, people. I just received a narrowband transmission from the Alexander.
It's General Haig's ship.
They've suffered heavy damage and they need a place to make repairs. The second they get here, shut everything down. Just leave us a private channel in case we need it, and the ISN feed. It's our only lifeline to home. We need to know what's happening.
That's about to go
We all
down.
knew we'd end up in the middle of this sooner or later. How far this goes, we'll just have to see. All I know right now is that Haig is arriving here in a few hours, and hell is riding in with him.
Why didn't you?
That's a cool line.
We can't allow anyone else.
Yeah.
This shouldn't.
That's a really cool line, right? Like, he's arriving in a few hours and hell is riding in with him. That's one of those lines. JMS is either A, he's used it before,
Maybe, yeah.
or he's had it in his back pocket for a long time, just waiting for a spot to pull it out. Yeah, and Bruce Boxleitner just delivers it with
We can't allow anyone else to see him. We believe several bounty hunters are already here looking for him. We must slip him into the station.
I love Jakar in this scene.
He spent the last 6 months among the League worlds gathering information, and the NARS at all of the customs areas. How do we know which of them we can trust?
You don't.
I've just been hanging out here behind the crates the whole time.
Pass the up and on. Good.
Give me a hand here.
Wait,
Neither Jakar nor Andreas are small people. Hiding out like that is not an easy task.
Can you carry
watch
him
the
very
spring in
far?
his step.
As far as you like.
I will carry this person happily because I am a servant.
Crisis. Xavier Montoya, head of the Mars Provisional Government, announced today that he will not implement the martial law order given 5 days ago by President Clark.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
No.
And local municipalities saying, I'm not going to implement this thing issued by a federal government.
And then the federal government is considering all options.
Garibaldi's to mean by.
I haven't heard that in the last couple days or anything.
Jump gate activated. We've got a ship coming through.
May I have your attention? Your
That's an
instruments are
interesting...
That's the Alexander.
Note the camera work here, Jeff. Interesting camera work. Obviously, you're getting the viewpoint of each person that's either actively talking or listening, but still.
It's a relatively standard CNC camera angle,
but
though.
Captain, the commander and I are aware of standing orders concerning the Alexander.
But this, like, looking up at him?
We take full and personal responsibility. If anyone has a problem with this, you're free to leave the command deck.
I remember my first watch of this.
We have just been thrust into the middle of extraordinary events.
Did somebody not leave?
He does this again.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm in the right spot.
And rationally. Those are not the enemy out there. We wear the same uniforms, and we've both sworn to uphold the Constitution. Our humanity is the only thing that's going to get us out again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real theme we've been hitting here for a little bit now.
We have one chance. Mars has rejected martial law. If they can stand up to Clark, they might be able to rally support from some of the other colony worlds and push him out of power.
Unless he pushes back.
I just can't believe so many people in Earth Force would go along with all this.
He spent the last year putting his people in key places. Anyone who raises a voice is immediately arrested and charged with treason. Under conditions like that, it's easier to...
Haven't heard any of that at all. Experienced that in any way.
We just intercepted a coded message from Earth Force Command. They've started bombing Mars. I repeat, they're bombing Mars. Standing by.
There's a juxtaposition here. It's your word, man, but I used it last week. I'm going to use it this week.
You're taking it. Go. I love it. Every time you say it, I love it.
You're like, yeah. There's a juxtaposition between Major Ryan that we saw in the cold open where he's just like, did you ever meet the CO? Like, oh my gosh, he's this person. This thing happened. Compared to this, where the Clark regime is like, bomb them. Them, right? Like, it's not, we don't see it outright, but we see the action of it right here.
Yeah.
Don't do it. We've got women and children down here. Don't do it.
Omega 1, you are cleared for drop.
I'm sorry. Once again, federal people going after places where women and children are living and existing and whatever, just because it's pretty disgusting.
And we've been unable to determine at this time how many have been killed in the recent attacks on Mars by EarthGov forces. President Clark has announced that the attacks will continue until the Mars Provisional Government accedes to martial law. So far, there's been no reaction from any of the outer colonies concerned.
There it is. Here it is.
Jane, I'm sorry to jump in like this, but
this guy costs ISN everything.
Colonies at Orion 7 and Proxima 3 have just broken away from the Earth Alliance in protest over the bombing of Mars. They're setting themselves up as independent states until such time as President Clark is impeached.
Right.
Clark doesn't want this.
Rick, I need this job.
But we have to go with this now because I don't know how much longer we can stay on the air. Armed troops have begun moving in on the ISN broadcast center here.
The dude last week who left the Night Watch was the hero who wins the war in the end of season 4. So is this guy. Guy last week did it quietly. This guy's using his microphone, using his platform.
What do we make of the reporter, the female reporter, saying, "Please don't do this, please"?
Oh, I get it. Here's the thing. It's not the right thing to do. I'm not excusing it, but I can completely understand where she's coming from. The world is falling down around you, but you know what you still got to do? Buy groceries, pay the utilities, pay the rent, the mortgage. This is her job. It's her livelihood. And they're hearing stories and reporting on them that people are being arrested and charged with treason. She's like, dude, don't do this. We'll all go to prison. We'll lose our jobs. And on one hand, that's cowardly on one hand, but on the other hand, it totally makes sense. I talked about it last week. I'll talk about it here. To be that hero, the hero who left Night Watch, the hero who's given it away, that's courage. That is a high level of courage that it takes.
Sure.
Here in Geneva, we just saw them coming around the corner.
Yeah, and to Ben's point, doesn't want them to get killed.
I was going to say, let me also clarify. She is legit scared.
Yeah.
You can see in how she says it. You can see in everything they're doing. Please don't do this. Please don't do this, because of what this means. While, yes, it is peak courage of the other guy to go in and do this, I don't think that says that she is a coward or that she is. Yeah. It doesn't reflect negatively upon her. She can have her response for what it is.
It's a great clarification, because I use the word, she's not a coward. She's a regular person. Like it's not coward or courage. It's like courage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera down there to document what's going on. I can hear gunfire now up here on the 14th floor. Listen to me. There's information you don't have, what's been going on for the last year. We haven't been allowed to tell you. Everybody get down!
I like that even though their feed got cut, they still have the
logo
emblem going out.
Captain, we intercepted attack orders relayed to the Agrippa and the Roanoke. They're hooking up with some heavy reinforcements on the way in.
We better pull out before we
So
jeopardize.
one more note. Sorry, I hate to keep pausing this, but one more note. JMS notes that these big ships, prior to Clark being in office, they all used Greek names from Greek mythology. Since Clark has been there, he's using more modern, by their standards, actually really even by our standards. The Roanoke, kind of a cool colony. It was lost, that's true, but still some cool stuff. The Churchill, there's some others.
So he changed the names, or are these new commissions that he's doing?
My impression was these are new commissions that he's giving. He's just changing the naming scheme, but it could be old ones that he's changing the name to. I don't know. Could be the Gulf of Earth Alliance.
Babylon 5 further.
Major, the ships
I could actually
receiving the
support
attack
being called
order
the
were
Gulf of
already
Earth.
on their way here. He doesn't want to risk Babylon 5 breaking away. So those ships are under orders to seize command of Babylon 5, arrest and detain its captain and the rest of the command staff, and to put this station under the direct authority of President Clark and the Night Watch.
Oh, look at that.
That's a great shot.
The
Yeah.
governments won't stand for it. They won't intervene. All the major powers divided.
I like
distracted.
that it's muffled behind him now, like blood just pumping.
But I thought you should know.
I better get back to my ship. I should be there when the others arrive. If you think it would be any help, we could try to jump, maybe draw some of the fire away from Babylon 5, give you a chance to negotiate.
No. Thank you, Major. If this is where we make our stand, then this is where we'll do it.
Seeing some real leadership here. This is incredible.
I love the light going underneath the table there.
I know we were all hoping to avoid a head-on confrontation with Earth, that somehow we could stop this train before it went off track. But this train is heading right for us, and there is not a lot of time.
Never surrender. Never retreat.
If it was just us, hey, pays you money, it takes you chances, but it's not just us. It's 250,000 people here, and billions more out there counting on us. Now, I promised Delenn that we would draw a line against the darkness no matter the cost. Well, now we know the cost.
I like how he tied that to Delenn.
There's too much at stake to walk away now.
If we surrender, they'll court-martial us. If we fight and lose, they'll probably kill us.
They probably will at that. So the choice is yours.
I say fight.
Fight. Fight. Fight.
All right.
Dude, this scene is just monstrous. All those ships.
Probably try to breach the hull, so we'll need every warm body we've got working security.
I told you, Delenn, they will not speak to you.
Then they will listen to me. You will step aside in his name and mine, or in Balin's name. I will tear this ship apart with my bare hands until I find them. Move aside.
You know what I love so much about that? Just in his name and in mine. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We stand between the candle and the star, between the darkness and the light. You say the word.
Dude, she's about to cry.
Your hearts are empty, your ears close to the truth. You stand for nothing but your own petty interests.
Delenn in our council chambers is saying Mira is acting this as if she's saying it to her own
Problems
country's
are
leaders.
Are not our concern.
You feel it.
I do not blame you for standing silent in your shame. You, who knew what was coming, but refused to take up the burden of this war. If the warrior caste will not fight, then the rest of us will.
Interesting note, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
If the warrior caste will not fight, then the rest of us will. Part of Valen's covenant to prevent one caste from taking over the other is that each caste has access to its own warships. This is done to create a trust of 1,000 years, or to create trust 1,000 years ago. And since then, since there hasn't been any really conflict between the Minbari, the three caste on their own, the three caste own their own warships still, but in general, they're assigned to the warrior caste as a courtesy, but that courtesy can be revoked. As Delenn notes, the worker and religious caste control 2/3 of the forces, of the Minbari forces. And bear in mind, even the religious caste is well trained in combat. It's part of their education at the temple, as we've seen with Lanier and his ability to fight. So if you won't do it, we will. They actually, it's not just we need you to go do that. It's we have our own ships that we can take back from you to go do this.
That answers a question we had on our first time watch around the White Star, because we're like, how's the religious caste out here building warships like this? Huh,
yeah,
it happens.
Right. Also, you mentioned earlier that we had a question about how is it Delenn can walk in and do this?
Yeah.
She answered it for us right as she went in. I was chosen by Ducat to replace him. She had her own spot on the council. Mm-hmm. She was chosen by Ducat to be that leader person. And remember, they tried to push her into that, and she step back.
Yeah.
So the idea that she has the authority to walk in Ducat's name and in Valen's name and in her own name and lay this down, she still is carrying that authority. And the fact that they even give her audience is showing that she does still, in fact, have that authority despite rejecting the leadership mantle that they tried to force upon her, at the beginning of season 2.
It makes me curious, like, is it the respect for Ducat? Is it the respect for that station that carries from Valen all the way through? I can't believe it's their respect for the name of Delenn. Like, these people won't give her the time of day if they have the choice, but when she invokes Ducat, she invokes Valen. That's how I'm kind of hearing that.
Yeah. But, here's the thing, and I think this goes to prove another point. Part of the reason why they don't give Delenn the time of day is because she abdicates, right?
Okay.
Like when leadership was offered to her, she abdicates. It's like, nope, I'm going to go do this other thing. Okay, well, you don't have it. But when she comes in here and she starts talking like this, and she actually is taking up the mantle with which she has been entrusted with, not just by the Great Council, but by Ducat and ultimately by Valen, right? They're going to listen. It's like a king who abdicates his throne, and then it's Simba and the Lion King.
Yeah.
When he finally comes back and steps into that spot, people were like, okay, now we can do this, So, but prior to him doing that, yeah.
I have 2 thoughts on this scene or paused. One, this is the second Delenn that we're seeing. This is religiously passionate, righteous Delenn, the one tied to tradition, to history, to her beliefs, her core self. Like, this is raw Delenn just coming out. So we had caring Delenn, raw Delenn, and we're going to see a third one. Second thing, this is a one like, they haven't broken. She's been doing this as a one shot.
I haven't even noticed that. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Dude, she can memorize that thing. I do want to just say to the folks, save your comments. Misty over in our council chambers, who's live with us, points out that the leadership role she turned down was in Babylon Squared, not at the beginning of season 2. Thank you for correcting me, Misty.
That's good.
Babylon 5 for the third time is just going to be us as silhouettes, MS3K style with no pausing. That'd be us making fun of the show. Jeff, I am not advocating for Babylon 5 for the third time.
No.
However,
that'd be the way to do it.
Individual episodes.
Oh, we could pick some.
Like that would be a whole lot of fun.
Because you know what the community loves?
Us making fun of the show.
Great.
No, we do it to Star Trek.
There you go. There you go. All right, back to it. I'm sorry.
If we have abandoned our covenant with Valen, the council should be broken, as was prophesied.
That was the first cut, I think.
We must stand.
Dude, she didn't need to pump that over her knee or anything.
She just and the religious cast. We control
council chambers shared that they had.
She just said it. We control 2/3 of our forces.
I say, listen to the voice of your conscience. Break the council and come with me. Our time of isolation is over.
So you know what I love? She's not the one breaking the council. They are. She tells them, you listen to your conscience. Break the council. She could walk out of here and nobody follows her and council's still intact.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
this makes a lot more sense.
Apparently, the reason they had to cut is because there's a blooper of her failing to break the staff. Because I'll be honest, she didn't look like she was.
They gimmicked it for her. Like
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Move now, together, or not at all.
I love how she walks out. She doesn't even care if they're following her or not. She's like,
she doesn't even stop to look.
Yeah.
So there's 3 people left,
and that one guy's like, "What are you doing? I thought we were cool." That's the warrior cast that's left.
Well, we see at least 3. We don't know if there was somebody on a side that didn't. I didn't count the people who actually walked out.
I think we did the first time.
I did.
We'll assume it was 6 that went with her.
Oh, here we go.
This is a surprise.
I just thought I'd look in on you and see how you were doing.
Fine. But when push comes to shove, you've always done the right thing. What was the first lesson I ever taught you?
Never start a fight, but always finish it.
You do what you have to do, son. Don't worry about us. Now, I know you probably got a million things to do. I'm going to let
And
you
he
go
picked
and do
this
it.
as one of them.
And I guess I'll talk to you when I talk to you.
Goodbye, Dad. Love to you both.
Still kills me. One of the things we do on this show, Brent, is we look at the messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
There it sits.
Yeah.
Just there you go. All of it. Every single piece of that. Even the intent behind it.
Yeah.
The whole everything. Like, I was stirring, when we watched this the first time, this probably came out in the summer of 23, I think was when we watched this the first time.
Okay.
My dad had been dead for about a year at that point. And so it's been quite a while now. And like, I had those feelings stirring up, when he's just like, I'm going to call my dad. And I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling that.
And what I didn't know at the time was I had
right around the corner,
five months left with mine. Yeah. A lot of people are saying this is JMS writing the dad that he wished he had. Somebody actually asked him if this was his dad, like in real life. And he was like, nope. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's like not even close.
He's like,
and
that mother piece of absolute garbage would never put his hands on me like that or say a word like that to me.
Right.
That's a quote, I think. And the soundtrack, the music on that. And then cutting right into this.
Yeah. I like seeing the Narn mixed with the humans here. We get the launch sequence. I've always loved the launch sequence. Do it. Yeah. Boom. All we got to do is just release the lock and physics takes over.
All right, everyone, listen up. Commander and I have prepared a response to the unconstitutional actions taken against us and the Mars colony by President Clark.
Here we go. Here we go.
You're online. Go ahead.
May I have your attention,
Please tell me I referenced the Gould hologram device.
In the last few hours, we have learned that warships are coming this way from Earth. Their orders are to seize command of Babylon 5 by force. As commanding officer and military governor of Babylon 5, I cannot allow this to happen. President Clark has violated the Earth Alliance Constitution by dissolving the Senate, declaring martial law, and personally ordering the bombing of civilian targets on the Mars colony. As of this moment, Babylon 5 is seceding from the Earth Alliance. We will remain an independent state till President Clark is removed from office. At the end of this current crisis, anyone who wishes to leave for Earth is free to do so. Meanwhile, for your own safety, I urge everyone to stay in your quarters until this is over. That is all.
Literal goosebumps. I have literal goosebumps from that. My God.
Well, we're in it now.
Should we ask Thrall to help with the defense?
No, he's our ace in the hole. I want to keep him a secret as long
Which
as
is a very long time.
This is our...
This becomes...
Mission accomplished, Sheridan. You kept him a secret all the time.
Fight, not his.
Okay, his next line there. This is our fight, not his. Jeff, you and I have often referenced this. You and I have gone back and forth. Not back and forth. You and I actually, I think, have been fairly lockstep with each other on how is failure the right word? Yeah, how much of a failure it was to not come back to this. A wasted plot device that you have. I would like to present the other side of the argument now.
Okay.
From JMS's own words.
Ooh.
You see, Jeff and Brent, the thing to bear in mind about all this is that it is a question of a clean fight. If Sheridan were to bring in an alien force at his order to kill humans, it would pretty much destroy his credibility. Delenn came in at the end, which she will hear in just a few moments, but only after he'd made the stand on his own. One of the things that kicked off the French Revolution, let's go back to history. One of the things that kicked off the French Revolution was the allegation that the king had brought in or was bringing in Prussian troops to help put down dissenters. As long as it was all more or less in the family, that was one thing. But to bring in outsiders was an absolute affront to them, the French population. One of the singular incidents that started the fighting itself was a group of Prussian soldiers sighted sitting in a cafe having lunch, which caused the rumor about outsiders coming in to begin to spread like wildfire and led to some of the first major incidences of rioting.
Wow.
Put this another way. Two brothers may fight one another. Let a third unrelated person come and shove one of the brothers around, and they both turn on him. So the whole point of keeping him in his back, and now here's the thing. You and I focused on him saying, I want to keep him in my back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
What Sheridan immediately said after that was, this is our fight, is actually where our focus should have been the entire time.
So I want to push a little bit back on that.
Please do, because I'm sure you're thinking exactly what I'm thinking. Go for it, my friend. Better coming out of your mouth than mine.
The fight that we thought that he should have used draw for was the one with the shadows, not with Earth.
Yeah.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
And I think we just saw Delenn went in and basically called on the council to dissolve itself, not because Earth is fighting itself, but because of the shadows' influence into everything. Sheridan's not really in on that level of understanding yet, but as soon as he does, hey, Drawl, we could use you over here with this literal shadow war that's happening amongst all of the what they called lesser and younger races. So yeah, I agree. And Sheridan brings us up through season 4. This is human Earth on Earth. That's what this is. 100% agree. You're fighting the shadows, you pull out the big guns.
Well, especially if you're getting all the first ones together.
Yeah.
And
then when the Vorlons go nuts and stuff, you don't, what are we going to do? Draw. You're going to draw.
Although apparently the real world, the spoiler alert for when we get there, I'm sure it'll be in the Lurker's Guide at some point. Ben in our council chambers points out, as Ben is so often a wealth of information, there actually was a plan to use Drawl in season 4. But the actor wasn't available and JMS didn't want to recast him a second time. That would have been a non-spoiler that I would have accepted on our first watch.
Saved us so much gnashing of teeth.
No, actually, he should have been there. It's just we couldn't get the actor and we didn't want to recast him yet again. And I was like, okay.
Could have done it. You still could have. Hey, it's a good thing we called on Drawl and he did this thing over here in sector whatever, took care of that. Still could have somehow used it.
Or, hey, yeah, we're going to call on Drawl. Drawl's off doing something else. You know what? Ivanova's been plugged in once. Let's send her and let her do it.
Yeah, and have Zathras help out. Like, let's. Yeah, there were options.
There are ways to do it. However, I still would have accepted actor. Oh, we're getting torn up over here in the comments. That's okay. Let's get back into this episode. That's in the future. Let's get back to this. Could have used Zathras. Tenchot wasn't available.
All right, anyone who wants to leave,
this is
do
the scene I
so
was
now.
thinking of earlier.
Watch Ivanova. I love this.
You okay?
I think so. It's kind of a surprise, but yeah.
Yeah, remember when you checked me out, Ivanova, and said I wasn't good for this?
Request permission to join Star Fury.
Let's get me now.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I remember my first watch.
Captain, you're asking those pilots to go against everything they've been trained for and open fire on our own ships. And one of us should be out there with them. One of us has to be. You know I'm right.
He does. He knows. This could be it, and they both know it.
Mm-hmm. You know what I love is in any other relationship, that would have been the lover's goodbye. There was none of that here. That was just two working professionals who are also friends.
Are you saying that a man and a woman can just be friends and work together? They don't have to be shipped?
Or can be working together and become friends. And can be boss and subordinate and still have platonic feelings for each other's well-being. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
attention, sci-fi, anime, manga community, fantasy communities. It's okay for a man and woman to just be like coworkers and friends.
Hey, let's not just say it that way. It's okay for a woman and woman to be coworkers and friends. It's okay for a man and a man to be coworkers and friends. It's okay for an alien and a human, or two aliens. It's okay for two individuals to just be friends and be coworkers.
Over in the chat, I'm not going to throw her into the bus, but she says, as a woman, she's only ever thought of us sexually. We're just shipping. We're shipping material now. Oh my God, the slash fiction. What did I do?
Oh, Jeffrey, we have pictures.
We do.
Oh, no. Oh, that could go so many weird places. That could go so many.
Dude, we have
weird
children.
Places.
We can't. We can't.
Council Chambers, ask us about that later.
Another time.
Ask us about that later. Okay.
Back.
Major Ryan, Captain Hiroshi.
Right here, Captain.
Online.
Stand by.
Sheridan literally just did this as I declare bankruptcy. Like, there's no notes, there's no whatevers, there's no...
I declare secession.
Right? They're all still staring at it. Okay, so this push in right here, this got me.
Oh, thinking he was going to like...
That look right there, I read so much into that on the first watch.
Yep, I remember that.
And I was like, he said he was okay, but he's not. Which I loved the idea that you had somebody within the organization that was not okay with this, who didn't leave, but was still not okay, and thought maybe they could fix this from the inside, so to speak.
Here they come.
Yeah, they come.
You are ordered to surrender your commands and prepare to be boarded.
Launch fire.
Yeah, that's good.
These orders have forced us to declare independence in order to ensure the safety of this station. We don't want a fight. If you attempt to carry out these orders, we will defend ourselves.
Totally reasonable.
Come on, Captain. You must see these orders are wrong.
They've broken contact. Enemy Star Furies moving on attack vector. Orders.
Babylon Control to all Star Fury squadrons. Stand by to attack. But do not, repeat, do not initiate combat.
Can you imagine what he's feeling
Then fire first.
right now? Just
won't start this fight, but by God, we'll finish it.
There you go.
Yep.
Say it. We'll be here. We'll show force. Wait, I'm sorry, Jeff. You mean that it actually is okay to bring weaponry to, I don't know, say a protest?
I think so.
Even if it is one that is peaceful, because you might just have to defend yourself in case some stuff goes down.
Enemy fighters have locked on. Firing.
There it is.
Again, I say, Clark could not do any of this without people that are complicit.
Alpha Squadron, form up on my wing. Delta Squadron, punch us a hole.
Also, who fired first?
They did.
Yep.
But the Babylon 5 folks are the domestic terrorists.
We set forward interceptors for long-range dispersion fire.
Ready.
Yeah, that's where he would betray right there. Ready. Shields down. Power off.
Direct hit to Dex 14.
As a sci-fi franchise, Babylon 5 is leveling up right now with this whole sequence.
How close? Right down there.
I will say, though, Bruce McGill is not a small dude. That chair looks entirely too big for him.
We're in the area. On our way. Come on, move, move, move. Gotta cut them off before they hit open ground. Let's go.
So JMS clarifies, this is not the scene that we saw in the flash forward from Babylon Square.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have a Gatling laser.
Not.
Yeah, those PPGs.
Yeah.
So, on the reason why there's no blood happening, PPGs are superheated plasma, immediately cauterize wounds, no blood. That's nice for filmmaking when you don't have to worry about throwing blood around.
Right. PPGs and lightsabers.
Too late to get out. Our primary systems are hit. We've got fire on all decks now.
You know, some of those smaller episodes earlier, oh my gosh. Some of those smaller episodes earlier in the season, saving money for here.
Collision alert.
Remember the first time I watched this, I didn't know if she was able to eject or not.
So apparently somewhere in this scene here, Jerry Doyle breaks his arm. Rather than going to the hospital, the man stuck it out and kept filming. And if you watch, I think it's his right arm, he's going to reach up and release his helmet, and his arm's going to bend in directions God never
Your ship
intended.
is out of control. Surrender and let us take on prisoners. We promise safe passage to... Damage report.
Damage to all sectors. They're still fighting in Brown Sector.
Get some more troops down there. Hull integrity?
Not good. EVA team's en route. It's a good thing this stopped when it did. We couldn't take much more.
Here comes more.
You are ordered to surrender and prepare to be boarded by order of President Clark.
Captain, jump points forming right on top of us.
How many?
4.
On your left.
Yep. He doesn't
I
know that
loved
yet.
this. Oh my gosh, this is... Look, I'm telling you, the Russo brothers stole their in-game concept from this episode right here. Look at her.
Yeah.
Let's go, Delenn. Let's go.
This is Ambassador Delenn of the Minbari. Babylon 5 is under our protection. Withdraw.
Withdraw.
Be destroyed.
Negative. We have authority here. Do not force us to engage your ship.
Why not? Only one human captain has ever survived battle with the Minbari fleet. He is behind me. You are in front of me. If you value your life, be silent.
God, that's so good.
Yeah!
They're like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are gone. We're gone.
Deuces.
That's the third Delenn. There's no spirituality. There's no values. There's no like inner thing. That's just, I am the biggest badass you have ever faced and will ever see.
You know what makes me so sad, Jeff? Is knowing that's the last we see of this Delenn. I mean, we get the thing where she saves the Minbari Civil War later in season 4. Like we get that one, but that's not even as strong as this one right here.
I mean, this is
Mira Furlan's peak Delenn moment right here.
You talked about
she's freaking awesome,
so good. You talked about how like she went to JMS and was like, "Hey, how long did you live in Yugoslavia?" I wonder what catharsis this had for her, like because it is all getting worked out in this.
And I would dare say, you know, brilliance and kudos to JMS for writing this the way he did. Allow it, you know, and he said it was completely unintentional on his part. So cool. But for Mira to come in and be able to use her real life experience, which I dare say leveled this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Because she does not feel like she's acting here. I don't know how many times she had to do this as a take. I bet it wasn't much.
Yeah, probably not.
I bet it wasn't much.
All ships, return to base.
And it makes sense that Minbari came. It's not him engaging them to fight. There was no engagement, but also Babylon 5 is now independent. And the Minbari are saying it's under their protection. I think it makes total sense. There was a quote somewhere, or did we say this? We said this in the messages portion of the first time. This scene right here. Mm-hmm. Total flashback to Gropos, right? And what was interesting in Gropos compared to this, or was interesting in this compared to Gropos, that was all humans. This is human and Narn lying on the ground, bleeding and broken together.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Of the humans anyway, you can't tell which one was on which side.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess if you look, the ones in green are from the Earth side and the ones in black would be from Babylon 5. Maybe.
Yeah, because they sent more troops. They could have not been in battle gear or whatever. But it was just a real visual representation that we're all together in this.
Suzanne, I'm going to completely reject what Suzanne just said here. In our council chamber, Suzanne said, Earthdome was probably instructed, do not engage the Minbari. I reject that. Because they just turn tail and run based off of what Mira Furlan just said. I'm sorry, what Delenn just said. That's the only reason. That's the only plausible reason. The idea that they were told not to engage the Minbari is just because the commanders were monitoring the transmission back home and they pooped their pants and said, get the F out. That's what's going on here. It's nothing else, Suzanne. Sorry, rejected.
They got into hyperspace and they were like, there was a big bomb and I don't know what it was. Discretion, better part of valor. We're not running away. It's fine.
Love you, Suzanne. All right, I'm watching for Joe Doyle taking off his helmet and his arm that's going in weird directions. Oh, this part right here, yeah.
There. Put your weight on me.
His right arm, so that's that one.
All right. Slow it down.
I didn't see it going in any weird directions, but that's okay.
Deborah in the chat makes a great point that I want to build on a little bit. Earthdome also has the hubris of knowing the shadows are helping them. Remember in Now for a Word when that senator was like, yeah, Minbari made short work of us 10 years ago, but we're pretty sure with our new weaponry we could stand up to them. How much that new weaponry is shadow influenced.
Interesting.
We know that comes down the road with the Omega class, I think the new Omega class destroyers, but...
Your people performed superbly, Captain. You should be proud.
Proud of what we did, but not the reason we had to do it. Good luck to you, Major. I don't know how long we can hold the fort here, but as long as we can, you're welcome here.
Thank you. The lack of soundtrack in this scene, I think, is very powerful. There's chatter going on in the council chambers chat that's really like, hey, this was incredible. Delenn was awesome. But we're reminded that people died. And that even when you win the battle, win the war, the cost is always too high. But what I love in this scene is all this stuff just happened. It was big. It was incredible. It was loud. It was all this stuff. And it comes down to two people getting their brooms out and figuring out how do we clean up this mess and continue to move forward. There's no fanfare in that.
And those people's names are Mac and Bo. No, sorry.
Exactly right. Who always gets stuck picking up the pieces?
I think you're forgetting something.
The lowest paid.
No, I'm not. After what happened today, I don't think I can wear that for a while. Not with a clear conscience. When this is all over, I'll put it on again, but not before.
He'll put it on exactly one more time.
I didn't expect to see you here.
About a year and a half.
Notice his hand is in his pocket.
He's still checking out Ivanova, but she'll be out soon. Figured I better be here to let you know. We started shipping people out. The ones that want to go and the ones we're getting rid of. Night watch mainly. We got all the ones we know about, but that leaves all the ones we don't.
That's an important concept. We got all the ones we know about, but that all leaves all the ones we don't.
Well, I think it's next week we actually get a glimpse of that.
Do we?
Yeah, where we get...
Because I was just about to say, I don't think we ever dealt with the ones that we don't.
We get Scar mouth noise guy coming up.
Oh.
Leg bones connected to the...
Yeah, that's what... Okay. All right. Them Proud Boys got it.
Sabotaged for a while.
Almost certainly.
God, if they just embraced like right now, it would be so earned. But they don't, and I love it.
Thank you seems poor and inadequate. I don't know how much this cost you personally, and I suspect I never will, but I want you to know that seeing your face at that moment was probably the single finest moment in my life.
It seems that this is the only home we have left. How could I abandon, as you say, my partner?
My partner. Put her there, partner. Oh. Fortune favors the bold, maybe?
Oh, there you are. So how is she, Doc?
Well, we have a stubborn patient with multiple bruises, a fractured rib, and a bump on the back of the head that you won't believe.
Fine. I just thought there's something you should see.
I love the slow clap.
Yeah, right. Just to remind you, it's an 80s ski feud movie.
Oh, he puts his arm around her. JMS specifically said to look for that poster.
The rip in the poster?
Yeah.
All right, Brent, we did it. We've closed out the trilogy.
Stop.
It's done.
Stop. I need a moment to breathe.
You know what, though? Yes. And I think the episode actually gave us that at the end. Like, this was such a well-paced episode that I agree with your statement from the first time. This felt like 15, 20-minute episode. It was breakneck. It was huge. It was stuffed. And it breathed at the end. Like that moment, I think it's when Delenn shows up and it just kind of slows down for a second, you know? And it's like, oh. Okay.
Well, I mean, okay, we know JMS has written the entirety of Babylon 5 like a 5-act play.
Mm-hmm.
You have, what do you have? You have introduction, you have rising action, you have climax, you have falling action, you have denouement. We got a climax with Delenn. We got falling action coming after that with some of the other stuff, and then this bit at the end we had a denouement. Like we were given that space before the story ended. We didn't just finish with they turn tail and run.
Yeah,
it's
not an episode of Stargate that's like end of show.
Yeah, because that happens a lot in Stargate.
Yeah, this was perfect, Brent. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm at a loss, if I'm really honest. Like, it kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. I think we said, as far as messages go, we'll skip there. We've said everything else. As far as messages go, you and I said everything last week, frankly.
Agreed.
Because this just, it was more of that. It pushed that forward. Before we transition to the ranking, while you and I don't have anything else to say about messages, the Great Maker himself does.
One of my favorite things ever.
In fact, he had quite a bit to say.
Okay.
On messages.
I can't imagine him having messages in something like this.
Somebody asked about the themes that are present in the show, specifically the themes of self-sacrifice. To which JMS says this: you picked up exactly the themes that are present in the show, with some more that are going to come shortly. Personal sacrifice for a cause. Perhaps a good cause, perhaps not, depending on how wisely we make our decisions, is probably the dominant theme at this point in the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth mentioning that this story was initially conceived in the midst of the me generation, a decade of, I've got mine, Jack, screw off. Since then, the culture has gotten increasingly factionalized, groups of me's pulling and tugging at the fabric of not only the country, but of the planet itself. The idea of personal sacrifice, of personal service to a cause, seems to have become passé, old-fashioned, and silly. We have an obligation to one another, responsibilities and trusts. That does not mean we must be pigeons, that we must be exploited, but it does mean that we should look out for one another when and as much as we can, and that we have a personal responsibility for our behavior, and that our behavior has consequences of a very real and profound nature. We are not powerless. We have tremendous potential for good or ill. How we choose to use that power is up to us. But first, we must choose to use it. We are told every day you can change the world, but the world is changing every day. The only question is, who's doing it? You or someone else? Will you choose to lead or be led by others?
Wow.
You know, Jeff, I think you and I often wax philosophical on this show, and I think we actually often have some fairly insightful things to say.
Sometimes, yeah.
JMS, it seems, rarely dives into the messages with which he puts out. But when he does,
he dives.
Pay attention, because he is always on point with what he says. Man's got a way with words. What can I say?
That he does. My question at this point, though, Brent, is do you have a way with numbers? Because you're going to have to put a number in front of this episode as you place Severed Dreams in the official ranking, the objectively correct ranking. Season 3. I'm not even going to insult people and name any of them. Where does this go?
Well, it is worthy of the discussion.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
I'll humor you, yeah.
Well, because there's Messages from Earth, Point of No Return, and then there's Severed Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those three. It's those three. Now, you and I often say you can take a bunch of episodes, put them in a bag, shake them up, pull them out, and you're going to get them in the right order. It doesn't really matter.
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't know that that's the case here.
I don't think so either.
Just to officially say it and not just sort of pass it off. Is this episode, from a production standpoint, from a messages standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, from a fan standpoint, better than Messages from Earth?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Is this episode, from all of those exact same points, better than Point of No Return?
Let me go ahead and just hit rewind really quick. This is perfect. Perfect. That's what I said a minute ago. So, yes, it is.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this then, it becomes our new number one and probably ought to stay there for the remainder of the season.
In our first time ranking, watching it for the first time, Brent.
This was number 3, right?
It was number 3.
Yeah, and I know why. And we were wrong.
Maybe.
And we'll get there again. Mm-hmm. We'll get there again. But this, look, War Without End is a great set of episodes.
Yeah.
It is. It's a phenomenal set of episodes. It is great for the story. It is great for the lore. It is great for the fiction. It is great for the good feeling of it closes out Sinclair's storyline in a way that we never actually thought that we would have the opportunity to do.
To see, right?
But on a whole, critically speaking, it's not better than this.
No, we'll see.
And I don't remember if we put those in as 1 and 2 separately, or if we put them as 1 and 2, and then there's another one that's number 2. I don't remember.
WWE 1 and 2, and number 2 was Zahadum. There's the fly in the ointment. We got to see how that plays out. I'm not placing bets in any way right now, but I'm going to say that's going to be the contention right there.
Do we have our own little Muay over here?
Right, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's a teaser for 11 episodes from now. When we'll find out.
We got 11 episodes to build to it, Jeff.
Yep, exactly. It's the showdown of the season. But this one, Brent, is done. We finished the trilogy. The argument is this might be a quadrilogy, and so we'll watch the next one and maybe ask that question as we watch it. It's the episode called Ceremonies of Light and Dark. First time around, we made predictions of what these episodes were going to be about based on title alone. What, Brent, did you predict this episode was going to be about?
Okay, listen, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this once, and I'll probably have to repeat it next week, but that's okay. Sure, this next episode turns this into a little bit of a quadrilogy, but only in the way that Family turns the Best of Both Worlds into a trilogy. It doesn't really. It's an addendum. It's a good part. It's a part of the story. It's the next thing that happens. It's good. It is not in the same plane. It's just not. All right, that being said, I'm going to take myself back to a time where I hadn't seen these episodes yet, and I didn't know, and I'm hearing this for the very first time, and what I'm thinking this might be, it's all the post-battle ceremonies, the funerals. Sheridan's going to become president. Maybe. Delenn, Sheridan, maybe get married. Maybe. We're cleaning up from the immediate fallout. That's what it's going to be. And yeah, we'll talk about that this week. What did you say? What did you say it was going to be, Jeff?
I said this is going to focus on Delenn. The 4 that did not walk away from the council will invoke a right against those who did walk away from the council. That will eventually lead to the warrior caste teaming up and allying themselves with the shadows.
Wow.
I really bought into that theory of yours.
Wow. You were so off base.
Hey, it was still in. There's a lot of...
Listen, you, in order to be redeemed from such a gaffe like that, you would have to pull something so far out of left field that nobody could see coming unless you've actually seen the show before.
Right?
Like Anna coming back.
Or Sinclair being Valen or any of those things.
Yeah. No, Sinclair. No, we had Sinclair being Valen.
Nailed. Yeah, that was...
We had that one.
Crystal clear.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was, if you're just watching the show, you can pick that up.
Yeah, kind of. What's that thing?
May not had it exactly as it wound up being, but...
When the writing's so good, you can guess what the next line is. Sometimes you can guess what the next story beat is going to be.
Yes.
So Brent, Severed Dreams, done. Next week, Ceremonies of Light and Dark. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you're listening or watching so you don't miss that or any other content that we're putting out across all of the places that there is content. Make sure you've left a rating, left a review, all that kind of cool stuff. One of the great places that we share a lot of content is our Patreon page, patreon.com/badnerds. In this episode specifically, we've really engaged a lot with our council chambers. That's a tier on our Patreon. They get invited to our recordings live and very clearly often become a part of the show and recording. You too can join this incredible group of people by visiting our Patreon. If you're not in a position to do that right now, which makes complete sense and is totally fine, and you still want to help us out in some way, you can do so by sharing this show. Just share it with somebody who loves Babylon 5 or needs to fall in love with it just like we have. So until next time.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Brent, what's going on?
Dude, I got to tell you, this week has been, I know we often do these like little kitschy things here at the end, but I just got to say one more time, you know what the absolute best part of this whole episode is? It's the Star Fury launch sequence. I mean, it just goes and it drops and all they do is release
great,
the locks.
but Brent,
all they do is release the locks and the rotation of the ship.
Listen, but we said that next week might be a quadrilogy, but it might already have been a quadrilogy. There was this episode a couple of weeks ago, Voices of Authority. You owe us a story about the name Chickie.
I can't do that right now, man.
Why not?
Not after this. Not after this. Listen, catch me next week. I promise. We'll do it next week.
Okay.
Next week. We will do it next week. I'm not going to follow this up with a story about Chickie. Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
Maybe. I just want to hear it. I know everybody else does too. So next week, Chickie.
I mean, we're not some deep space franchise. This station is about something.